Morning guys, journeyman on wheels here. So today we are doing almost 400 and something kilometers. We have quite a long trip. We are traveling today. We're traveling all the way to Nairobi, back in the city. Well, at least you can I've been in the village long enough. I can even feel my accent has got has changed quite a bit. So okay, and clearly we are using our Beetle again. So the thing is, I was so keen on trying to find out, trying to tell people that old cars also, having old cars doesn't mean that they always consume so much fuel. And this is a good example of it. We are using our old trusty Volkswagen Beetle, and today we are so keen on how much this thing is gonna consume all the way to Nairobi, because on my way here I used the Nakuru Kericho route, and I fueled up 5,000 shillings. That is something around 23 to 24 liters of petrol. Putting in mind, a liter is about 200 or 213 or 215, somewhere around there, not sure. But I remember I fueled around 5,000 shillings. That can be, maybe add 2 or 3 or 5 liters, not 5 really, around 4 or liters that might have been in the tank. So when I calculated the figures, I realized that could be somewhere between around 16 or 15 to 16 kilometers a liter, which is pretty awesome for an old car. So today, I feel it's fair for me to just do a documentation so that you can see how much fuel this thing can consume. So I think we can start somewhere from there. Well, I know someone might ask me, how did you manage to get such figures? Well, first of all, I normally don't push it that much, because it's not a big or it's not a high horsepower engine. It's basically, down at the pits when we are talking about horsepower figures, because this thing came from the factory with around 50 horsepower. So if you can put all the calculations in order, let's say we might have around 40 or 45 horses still in there. So basically, in today's standards, that is nothing, literally nothing. So my driving style, I don't think I'm in a hurry, and I always not really push it, just get to the right speeds, then just tap to the accelerator just a little to ensure that it keeps the momentum going. So that is just one thing that I can say about my driving style. And then the other thing, I've got a 1600 engine. Yes, I don't know if I can show you the manifold, but this carb, the carb is for I think 1300 or 1500. I'm not sure about that. I need to check. But the carb is sorry, the carb is I don't know if you can see it. It's 30 pick 1. Solex 30 pick 1. So normally these, I don't think most of these carbs were found on 1600. The usual carb, I was having quite a lot of issues with it. So I had constant idle issues with it, but then I opted to just buy another second hand but brand new to me cab from my mech, one of my mech, someone who understands the car, and we jetted it correctly. So I got my idle back, and it's pretty impressive on the road. I know it's small, but when you jet it correctly, it can run a 1600 perfectly without starving starving the engine, because again that is another issue, but we're not gonna go into that today. So that's just pretty much, but everything else remains stock. The tires, they're still the 15s. The thing came from the factory with 15-inch tires, so nothing has been changed in terms of you know, the drivetrain. So I think those figures should match the factory figures, or even more, depending with my driving style. So let us just get right into it and blow ourselves to Nairobi. Oh, yeah. So well, this is how much fuel we have so far. It's literally just above empty, and my gauge is it's safe to say my gauge is accurate, because I've been using it for some time now. Well, let us crank this thing up and get on the road. Yeah. I don't know if you're interested to see the engine, but you know, for those who are curious, there we go. And the car is dirty, but I think we'll give it a nice wash somewhere along the way. Well, I think that's pretty much it. Let us go and gas this thing up. Then to end in Nairobi, go to Nairobi. Whew. And something else, we are using Kisumu. We're gonna be using Kisumu. Sorry, this word. Kisumu Kisii-Narok route instead of the usual A104. So that is quite a bit longer, but I expect it shouldn't have much traffic compared to the other side. And then the other thing, it's not like I'm in a rush. I just want to pass by Kisii and use that route, because it's been quite a while. Sijatumia hiyo njia, I haven't used it, and it's also quite an interesting route. And then the other thing, the usual A104 has got some you know, some road work going on, so there can be quite a number of traffic along the way, because when coming back I saw quite a number of trucks, the heavy equipment. So yeah, so let us get on the road. This is our village somewhere in Kakamega County, and I can confidently say the roads ain't bad. So for starters, normally I don't really usually push this thing when it's cold. I usually just, yeah, I usually just let it warm, circulate the oil, get to the correct temperatures, then ease in, give it some beans. Well, I'm sure you're wondering why we have so much, I mean, the bumps are quite big. It's because of the motorbike guys. Normally, when you don't put such big bumps, then it's usually chaos, accidents, kids, and these young kids love speeding with those things, so it's quite unfortunate, but it is what it is. So we are just easing down, then we go up the hill, then we'll be in town. It's basically something like it's something like 2 or so kilometers from the town. I was just laughing because that is the usual, you know, the usual routine with a VW Beetle. Everyone is always saying hi, kids, you know, kids love this thing. And sometimes you can even think you've dropped something back there, but then again, if you check, there's nothing and everything is okay. See, these Beetles are usually prone to getting fires, engine fires, if your fuel lines aren't, you know, properly done. So normally it's not always about, you know, people giving you a thumbs up. So let us just ease into the town, fueled up, then we get on the road. Woo! For those who don't know how to use, I mean, for those who've never had air-cooled engines, for starters, you ease them up. They don't like, they're not rev happy. So you don't put tons of revs on it. Just ease on the engine. Be gentle with it, and it will really take you far. And when it gets going, trust me, you'll really enjoy the whole trip. But if you are, for starters, if you start pushing it, you know, those engines are, they are good engines, yes, but they also have their own limitations. Anyway, let's get to town. Let's get to town. Let's get to town, then fuel up, check the tires, then get on our way. Here at Total, it's time to fuel up.
So 70 sawa.
Check it. Nike 5K. Oh. Hiyo iko sawa. $5,000. 3 liters. Niambia watu. Again, I met this guy, this chap. This chap is also going to Nairobi, but from the afternoon. Chief, ni aje bana?
0715
003
0715 003
107
107.
Hillary. Sasa hii yako inakunywa kama how much paka naye?
Nimeweka 6K.
Umeweka 6K? Sio ulikuwa naambia wasee, unajua nileka 5K. Nikatoka Nairobi paka huku. Then sasa hii nimeweka tena hiyo 5K. Na hiyo 5K ndo na document niambia wasee. Normally si ati lazima ati new cars ati
Diesel nimeweka 6K. Nimedunga 6K. I still have rounds here in town for like a bit. Saa 8.
Unaona sasa? So ukiambia wasee classic cars don't consume much. It's not a mean.
Hii ndio gari sasa.
Exactly. Hata imekuwa tu coincidence pia unaenda naye.
Ingekuwa natoka saa hii. Ingefuatana.
Alafu kwanza route ya Kisii ndo nataka kuchapa.
Unaenda hivyo Kisii?
The longest route out. Hii Kapsabet mawe. Anyway, sawa. Many people.
Thanks Hilary na kubibi.
Journey Man on Wheels on YouTube. So that is the guy by the name Rico. So I don't know if you can see. That is where 5,000 worth of fuel. That is where our gauge is at. For those who know Kakamega, this is Kakamega, the poster, the police station. And then we are on our way to Nairobi. So the goal is, I'm just trying to share with you guys, if you have a classic car that is well taken care of in terms of, you know, all that an old car needs, it can also serve you very well, and it can also give very good fuel figures. So we're just trying to be careful not to pass the 50 kph mark because of the speed guys. So we're just gonna keep left. There are quite a number of speed guys, and I'm not ready to pay fines. So let us keep it between the paint. So that was quite a coincidence, because the guy is also going to Nairobi. He's got a very old Suzuki Jimny, if I'm not wrong, and he told me he uses 6,000 shillings from Kakamega to Nairobi. That is over 400 kilometers. So if you can really restore a classic car and just give it, you know, the basics, sort it out, I'm sure it can really give you, you know, the best, you know, the best fuel figures, and that is what everyone is looking for, good fuel figures. You know, these trips are not cheap, so if you can get good fuel figures, that means you can always be on the road. Always be on the road, sorry. Anyway, this is Malemba. As I said earlier today, I'm not in a rush. There's someone who requested me to, you know, he wants to take a picture with his son. So I'll just give him a call and probably give him that chance, then we'll be on our way. Yep. So I've just spoken to the guy, and he says he's somewhere up Mbele. So the guy really requested me to let him take a picture with the old car. I mean, the old car with the, you know, he's got his son, so he needed to take his picture of his son with the car. So I'm gonna give him that chance, and probably shoot, blow myself straight to Kisii. So I don't know if he's gonna see us. He's telling me he's somewhere along the way, so just waiting for him to signal us. Yeah. Niweke happy. Nice. I hope you don't mind. Na make two footage. Sasa baba. You good? Naitwa Hilary. Nani? Kisian. Kisiang. Cristiano. Oh, I'm growing old. Sasa nipako wapi? Okay, okay. Sir, thank you. Here we are. Na vile imetulia. Ni cab. So I've just finished up. They have taken pictures. Now it's time to head to Nairobi. The time is around 11. Don't know if you can see it from the GoPro. 11 something, 11:19. So we have just started the trip. Wish us luck. Yes, we are here to put the seatbelts back in. I hope we don't get into any trouble, for that. So let us put some miles, some kilometers into this. Let us get some windscreen time. Nairobi, here we come. Woo! Quite tempting. But a yellow line. The moment you step on it, I'm sure there'll be somewhere waiting for us. So since we are going so far, we are not ready for that kind of mental gymnastics. Yeah. Bad timing. Oh, that one is gonna mess me up. Something else to note, these are bullfighters. We are in, it's called what? Kakamega. These are bullfighters. Now entering Kisumu town. It's usually a steep incline. Decline. So if you are entering Kisumu from Kakamega, you ought to be very, very careful. Very, very careful. There's usually a house that is very famous. It's usually found along this specific section. I don't know if I'll manage to show you guys. It happens to be one of the most photographed houses or mansion, if you like, along this. I think in Kenya, if I'm not wrong. I'm not sure. Entering Kisumu town, and our fuel at the same position. So clearly we're not doing bad. So let us put some more miles on this old grandma. Well, we are currently in Kisumu town, and clearly the gauge has barely moved. So I think we are doing fine, if you ask me. The gauge has barely moved. So let us put some windscreen time on this thing. Nairobi is not here. It's quite it's not quite, it's far. Okay. This one heads back to Kisumu. And most important to get confused here, right here, because anyway, thanks to Google Maps. So I don't know what's happening. At the Ahero Junction, there's quite a lot of traffic today. So there's usually a roadblock here. So we're just gonna pass and head towards Kisii instead of heading towards Kericho. The cops are there. They want us to stop. Yeah, so hey baba, tena napitia Kisii-Narok. Hii mambo ya nani? Hapa nimeka 5,000 kwa Kakamega. Kakamega 5,000 Nairobi. Jaka Subaru takuwa, lakini itaenda. Hata kuna jamaa tumewekea probo. Sasa probo tutakuja Kisumu na Kakamega tafai. Hiyo ni ya Kongo. Na kwa hiyo kuna majamaa natoka Kongo. Kuna hii mrengo yani nachukua tu kuona hiyo engine. Unajua niliambia watu na 5,000 wakakataa. Sana wa documentia. Hiyo ni problem ni uongo. Esene mtoto. Mtachoni. Orio, mtachoni bandu befu. Bwana. Sala kaninjira nje Kisii. Haya Orio. Haya. Asante. Well. Very friendly cops. They are just doing usual checkups, insurance, and you know, the basic checkup of the car, tires, what, and so on. So we are now comfortably heading towards Kisii. We are going towards Kisii. The needle has barely moved. I think it's still in its original position, but it should have moved it. I'm sure it has moved for quite, you know, some few millimeters. But yeah, sweet cruising. So this is and this is Kericho, and this is Kisii. I don't recall the last time I used this route, but it's been years, so I don't know how the road is. Just gonna bear with us. Okay. All I can say is we are cruising nicely. Beautiful landscapes. It's gonna be quite an adventure. Now, very bad rumble strips. Bad rumble strips. Some say they can throw you into someone else's, I don't know, relationship or what. But anyway, the road is nice-ish. I don't know about other sections towards Kisii, but so far the sections that we've passed are quite good. Yeah. Is quite good. There's no traffic, so you can really put some you know, some beans on it. I'm literally the only person on the road apart from that double cab and of course this tractor. Nice views as well. All alone by myself on the road, so it's quite a good route. If you are traveling all the way to Western, I think you can explore it.
Did you wait too long? Tell him that you love him, but he's already gone, darling. Did you make two wrongs? Know that daddy never made a right before, darling. You were never made to be the judge, darling. You never changed, just wait for me to budge, darling. It's feeling like a cold dark winter and the sun still behind the trees, yeah. She asked me if I had another minute and I ain't had the heart to leave, yeah. It's feeling like a cold dark winter and the sun still behind the trees, yeah. She asked me if I had another minute and I ain't had the heart to leave. One day I'll be everything you ever wanted. Until then I'll be out here fighting like it's nothing. Through the cold dark winter. Did you say goodbye, knowing damn well everybody gon' die someday? Did you waste my time, knowing damn well we can press rewind? One day I'll be
Chabera. We are leaving the other road. I don't know where it goes. But I think this is the junction that you leave the other road. So Chabera, Kisii-Narok. Interesting stuff. Entering Ikonge town. I think it's a town surrounded by hills. There's a friend of mine again. Friend of mine who wants to give me a push with his old, or rather classic car. So I think we're gonna pump the brakes for a moment around here. Wait for him. Okay. Mkutano hadi Nairobi. Kakamega. Kakamega sasa hivi. Hii si ya kuuza. Hii hata na dawa. Hii hata na dawa hapana.
Zamani hiyo ndio walikuwa wanatembelea magari. Unajua inapanda mlima hii. Kuna barabara hii.
A quick 20 minutes stopover while waiting for Rain, a friend of ours. Yep.
It's feeling like a cold dark winter, the sun still behind the trees. Yeah. She asked me if I had another minute and I ain't had the heart to leave. Yeah. It's feeling like a cold dark winter, the sun still behind the trees. Yeah. She asked me if I had another minute and I didn't have the heart to leave. One day I'll be everything you ever wanted. Until then I'll be out here fighting like it's nothing. Through the cold dark winter, it's feeling like a cold dark winter. It's feeling like a cold dark winter. It's feeling like a cold dark winter and the sun still behind the trees. Yeah. She asked me if I had another minute and I ain't had the heart to leave. Yeah. It's feeling like a cold dark winter and the sun still behind the trees. Yeah. She asked me if I had another minute and I ain't had the heart to leave. It's feeling like a cold dark winter and the sun still behind the trees. Yeah. She asked me if I had another minute and I ain't had the heart to leave. Yeah. It's feeling like a cold dark winter and the sun still behind the trees. Yeah. She asked me if I had another minute and I ain't had the heart to leave.
We've had quite some good lunch and we're and blown away almost 2 hours of my time. But all is good. So I'm following Innocent. He's just right ahead of me. Then I think after we make a quick dash somewhere, I can continue with my journey. I've not even done half the trip, so I think I'm just far away. edge has moved quite a bit. So we'll see. Yep.
I am waiting for a bus at the end of the night, under street lamp, bent face flamed by the light. I'm going away, I'm going away, I'm going away. And the sun gonna shine on a brand new day.
So far we are in Mulot town. I think we could have been so far away if we didn't use that 2 hours to catch up with my buddy back there. But it was totally worth it. So let us hope we'll be able to reach my Mayo or Nairobi before the, you know, before the dark comes in. Because last I drove in the darkness with this Beetle. I can't really recall the last time I drove at night with the Beetle. So I know the lights work, but I don't know if they are that good, because this is a very busy stretch. So we're just gonna push. On the fuel side, the gauge has moved, has really moved. In fact, I even got lost twice. My GPS, you know, something happened to it, and for some reason I wasn't getting the correct, you know, correct values. So I got lost at some point, and then again I got lost again. But I'm on the right track, so yep, fingers crossed. Poa sana.
Unapiga picha?
Nafanya tu vitu zangu hapa kidogo. Baada tu a minute.
Inainua?
Yes, unaona. Hey. So I've just learned something. It turns out I've got these 2 pieces of bottles of grease, and as it turns out, my problem was the grease used, because the grease was literally dripping out like water. Out of it, like just like water. So apparently the grease is the issue. Then the bearings burned out, but we've got new bearings, new grease. Iko sawa. Hiyo kwangi na kananika kubwa.
Si anakata tena moto.
Okay. So this is the kind of grease that, you know, that is the good quality stuff. So I think it's just that. Then we are back on the road. Let us check the fuel level, because that was you know, thing is moving slowly. I think we've jacked up one side, so we want to get correct results. So I think we need to, you know, put the car back down on its tires, then we can check the level. Yeah. At this point, I think we might as well just put the fuel that we put aside, just in case, because now I don't think, or I'm not anticipating stopping anywhere. So yeah, this is still part of the 5K fuel, so it's not like I've added anything extra. Okay. Back on the road. It's around 7 and we have like 200 more kilometers to go. Whoa, it's gonna be a bumpy ride. This is how far this is how far 5,000 worth of fuel has brought us. I was anticipating for me to run out of fuel, so I bought some 5 liters somewhere in my Mayo, just in case. Just in case. So yeah, not bad. Let me just look for somewhere to get off the road, then we can put now the other fuel. Yeah. Our 5K worth of fuel has checked out for Ruaka. So acha niweke kando.
200 meters at the roundabout, take the second exit.
I bought some few liters, I think some 5 liters somewhere. So let me just find a place I can stop. Alafu nijaze sasa ndo niende home. 5K imeisha. For doubting Thomases, kwa hapa Mamlaka Hill Chapel. Well, oh shit, mwaga yote. Mwaga yote, fuck. I had 5 liters somewhere just in case. In mebai pale my Mayo, but I couldn't put it in the tank. Because nilitaka nijue how far, you know, we can get. That's how crazy this trip was. Not bad. Oh shit, not bad. Haya, tumeongeza 5 liters. That is where our gauge is back at. Bado tuko, it's called what? Mamlaka Hill Chapel. So yeah, the cab, for those who are asking, akanika 30 pick 1 if I'm not wrong. 30 pick 1 jetted for a 1600 engine. Hello, Journeyman on wheels here again. Well, I was to finish the video, but then I think I didn't give it a proper explanation on what really went down. So after apparently there was somewhere, I don't know, it's called Mulot, the car broke down, and we lost the front wheel bearing, the outer one, the small one. So apparently I was lucky that I had one, but it didn't fit. So the guy that was trying to help me out with with the bearing situation ended up having the exact bearing that fits the VW, so it was just pure luck. Anyway, we managed to sort out the bearing issue. Then I got back on the road. I drove all the way from Mulot to Nairobi in darkness, and it went quite fine. But then when I reached my Mayo, since it was dark, and it's always an an incline all the way from my Mayo, and it's the road is quite, for those who know my Mayo, it's quite, the road is quite small, and there are trucks and lots of trucks. So I opted to just find a place, then look for a fuel. So I fueled up around I think 4 point something liters, but I didn't put it in the tank to ensure that I don't compromise with the fuel that I had initially bought in Kakamega, because if I could have fueled directly into the tank, it could have negated the whole thing. So I managed to reach all the way to Ruaka at night. Couldn't film, because filming at night, there's nothing really to see, so I didn't. At that point, filming is how can I put it? I mean, basically filming, it's like it's like at that point the juice wasn't worth the squeeze. So I stopped filming. I just drove all the way, fueled up at my Mayo, then drove all the way to Nairobi. But for some luck, I had some good luck. The car came all the way, and it ran out of fuel in Ruaka, Northern Bypass. So that's where we ran out of fuel. So, to answer the question that I was trying to address in the first place, yes, you can have a classic car, and classic cars are nice cars for adventure and stuff, because these ones just good for showing, for meetings and all that. But that ends there. So that was pretty much it. So the car made it all the way from Kakamega to Nairobi with only 23 liters of fuel. That is over 400 kilometers. And the crazy thing, is that it's an old car. It's a early 70s VW Beetle. So if you can manage to take care, or if you can manage to restore a car to good standards, basically giving it the best that you can, trust me, you can achieve. It's not only new cars that can get crazy figures. So the car basically managed to get over 16 point something kilometers to a liter. That is impressive. But it's also contributed by the driving style, because the driving style also matters. So I wasn't in a rush. I was taking it slow, and I really managed to get to Nairobi. So what am I saying? I'm not trying to say new cars are bad. New cars are good to serve their purposes, but personally I believe old cars or some cars that have got a character are the best suited for adventures and having fun out there. Yes, the new ones, they can. It's not like they're bad cars. They're good cars. We use them. We have them. But then again, there's just something about a classic car that stands out. You know, you make friends. Everyone just loves them, you know, and you put smiles on people's faces when you move around with them. Anyway, so for those who are trying to argue, well, I guess that is just one way to prove to you guys. And as you guys know, the VW is a 1600 engine. It's not even a 1200. So I'm sure the 1200 engine can get better kilometers to a liter. But then again, there are also some crazy hill climbs. So you know, those ones ain't good for a small engine. So anyway. So basically the bottom line is I made it all the way to Ruaka. I didn't make it home. But I'm sure if I didn't get lost in Kaplong for like 30 minutes, because I remember the first time I got lost I was like 15 kilometers away when the GPS, you know, the GPS thing came into it, you know, it stopped working for some reason. But then when it started working, I was 15 kilometers away. I had to do you know, to rotate all the way back and drive back. So yes, I enjoyed the trip. I hope I can catch you in the next one.